Hello everybody! Today I thought I would create a tutorial on how to spice up your game using visual effects. Now, I'm not an expert at visual effects by any means. I've seen some work from other users of RPG Maker 2 and they have done some incredible things. So they probably know more about it than I do, really. But in this tutorial I'm just going to focus on the basics, how to make visual effects appear in the game. So the first thing I'm going to do is go to beginner mode and then go to preferences, switch to hard mode so that we can edit the scripts and whatnot. And the first thing we're going to do is go into graphics and click on visual effects. We're going to create some new visual effects. Go to object, weapons, and here you have a selection of weapons to choose from. You can just choose your favorite weapon. I'm going to choose the axe because I haven't really used the axe before in RPG Maker 2, so that gives me a great opportunity to use it now. Go to frame number 0 and go to edit. I'm going to zoom in here so we can see a little bit clearer. Right here where it says source, go ahead and click on that, and when you do, you'll see a theoretical character. And what we want to do is we want to mount the axe on the character's back. Now to do that we have to move it by using the directional keys on your controller. And you know, I could just leave it at that, but I think I'm gonna tilt it like so. You can do this by pressing and holding the X button and then pressing either L1 or R1, and make sure that your cursor is on the button called turn, otherwise it won't work. So I'm just going to tilt it at about 45 degrees and then I'm going to move it right in the middle, right there. Make sure that the bottom of the weapon is not hitting the floor, otherwise it will clip in to the floor. That looks about right. Alright. Now, your weapon might be sort of floating in midair, and in my opinion, I think that's okay. I mean, I don't really care too much. If you don't like it floating like that, you can move it a little closer to the character, like so. And I realize it still looks like it's floating, and what you can do is you can actually, let me see, I can tilt it back like this, and then move it in like that. Oops. So, there we go. I think that's alright. Now we're gonna save that. I'm gonna call it axe. And save that, exit out. And exit out of there. Now, to make it appear in your game, there's a million different ways to do that, but the way that I would do it is I would create what is called an enter map script, and the enter map script is a script that does stuff when the character enters a map. It's pretty self-explanatory, but if you go to Graphics World Organization and go to one of these and go to the Script tab, you can see that there is already a default enter map script called Game Start 1. Actually, these are not scripts, these are technically events. So if you want to, you can use this right here, but I'm gonna create my very own, so that you know how to create your own as well if you don't already know how to do it. What you can do is you can go to the script database, and I'm just going to give it a name and call it enter map. And then the first line, it's only going to be one line of code, so just go to screen display, effects, member, and then choose the effect that you created. So that would be the axe. The repeat is going to be on 0, which means that it's going to repeat indefinitely, forever and ever and ever and ever. And the member It can be any member you want, but in my case, I'm going to choose Virk because Virk is the main character. And that's about it. You can save that, get out of there, go to Scripts, Events, and I'm going to call this Enter Map. This is going to be a system event, so for the type, choose System. For the apply, just choose the script that we created called Enter Map, and save that and get out of there. And now go to Graphics, World Organization, and go to one of your towns. You probably have created a town, so go to your town and go to the Script tab up top, and then where it says Enter Map, choose the system event called Enter Map. We could have easily used the default system event, but like I said, I wanted to create my very own just to show you guys how to do it. And that should be it. By the way, I should mention this, that you have to create an Enter Map script and an Enter Map event for every single map. For every map and for every dungeon that you create. Otherwise, your visual effect is not going to appear. There's one more thing I want to do. I just want to take these guys out of my team so that we can see the axe mounted on Virk's back. Let's go ahead and test play that. And it kind of works, but it's in his back a little bit. But we can go ahead and fix that. I'm just going to go into the visual effects real quick. Sometimes it takes a little trial and error because different models have different things, you know, like they might have a cloak or really long hair, and that really gets in the way of the visual effect. In this case, see, it looks perfect right there. But for Virk, we have to sort of move the axe a little bit back. I'm not really sure how much, maybe like that much? Let's test play and see. There we go. Oh, now it's floating. Oh, geez. Well, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you for watching and thank you for subscribing. I look forward to seeing what you create in RPG Maker 2. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and don't be afraid to show me what you guys come up with, because I really enjoy seeing some new content created by fellow RPG Maker 2 users. Thank you, and goodbye.